Okay, good evening, everyone. So it's a Monday, and of course, as I've promised, we will be having motivational Mondays every Monday. So I will be talking about motivation. So I will be waiting for you guys to come and join me for another live sesh. So while we're waiting for you guys, I'll be playing some music so that it's not gonna be like an idle moment. Okay, hold on. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for for tuning in. Okay. And again, we're going to be talking about motivation. Good evening, Sir Joseph. Thank you so much. Syempre, ikaw na naman yung first comment, di ba? Thank you, thank you. Hi, everyone. You know the drill. Post where you're watching from. Oops. Post where you're watching from so that I can greet you properly, especially to especially to the foreign audience. So I've been receiving messages that I should be speaking in English more than I speak Tagalog because I also have foreign audience watching. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Sir Joseph, for the compliment. So again, our topic for tonight is all about motivation because it's a Monday and most people are actually demotivated on a Monday. I'm not sure why, but I always love Mondays. I've loved Mondays ever since I started working. When I was still in school, I dreaded Mondays, but when I was already working, I loved Mondays because just a backstory. When I career until now, I have always been in sales, and Monday is usually the time where you can check your ATM if your commission has already been deposited to your account. And also Monday is a banking day, so um, you can encash your check on a Monday. You can't do that on weekends. So I really loved Mondays ever since I started my career. So yeah, let me just greet everyone who's tuning in right now. Sir Taya, good evening po. Thank you so much for regularly watching my show. Um, Need namin motivation para sa defense namin. Oh, okay. Good evening, sir. Yan, kaya niyo yan. Galingan niyo sa Wednesday. Wait lang, sa Wednesday, di ba? Ako ba yun? Good evening, Sir Kilang. Thank you so much po for watching. So again, our topic for tonight, ayan, nakuha na ninyo yung signal. So I will now be talking about motivation. So tonight we are going to be talking about motivation because again, it's a Monday and I'd like to share positive vibes on a Monday. You know that. I mean, for the longest time, I've been doing that. Every single Monday, I would post something about motivation, and tonight I'm gonna be talking about it. Last year, when the lockdown started, I don't have a table, so my my iPad is literally on my laptop, so it keeps on falling off. So anyway, yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay, shout outs to FSLC 2021-02. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much for watching. And yes, so I have been asked several times as well about motivation. And last year, my first live sesh for the year was when the lockdown started because everyone wants to find out what can motivate them during the lockdown. And tonight, I'm going to be talking about motivation in general because I think everybody needs that. And yeah, so tonight is all about finding out your why. And I think if you've read my message last time on my Facebook page, one of the lessons that I learned was that yesterday. I think that was yesterday. So I posted about you have to learn your whys. So what's your why? So tonight I'm not gonna be telling you what's your why, but I'm gonna be sharing with you what's the why all about, and it's all about motivation. So let me tell you that. Okay, for those of you who don't know me and who are just new to my page, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I will continue doing this introduction every single day because Like people are saying, who's this girl talking about things? Okay, so I'm Ivorine. I'm a licensed real estate broker in the Philippines. I have been a motivational speaker. I don't know why. I just claim that I'm a motivational speaker. I do that all the time because, as they say, you really have to be particular with how you introduce yourself, because that's how I wanted to be remembered. Like if tonight's my last day, I think tonight's my last day on earth, I would want to be remembered as someone who has become a source of motivation. So I think that makes sense, I hope. And also, I'm a writer. So recently, if you've been watching my posts, I have recently been a contributing writer for Art Class Magazine, which is the most prestigious art magazine in the Philippines. So yeah, so there you go. So you can catch my articles on the upcoming hindi ko alam kung episodes, ano ba tawag pag sa magazine? So anyway, so upcoming the upcoming copies of Art Plus magazine. So thank you so much. And for those of you who have already bought the magazines, thank you so much for your support. And I hope we continue to support the writers and the producers and the publishers and everyone who's behind the scenes when edition pala. Thank you so much. Thank you, Arian. OMG, invite kita. Isa ka sa mga sobrang nilook up ko ever since we were kids. So one of my idols is actually watching. So I better do good in this in this episode. So ayan, edition. Thank you. So on the next edition of Art Plus Magazine, you're gonna be seeing my article there. So hopefully you grab your copy. Okay, so there are two types of motivation, and I always remind myself this. And to my students here, you would know that I always talk about this every time we have stress management classes. So the two types are called intrinsic and extrinsic, and I have to get the formal definition of intrinsic motivation. And according to healthline.com, intrinsic is something that we get personal satisfaction from. So it's something that comes from within. And when we are talking about extrinsic motivation, we are talking about doing something in order to gain a reward from your external environment. Okay, so hi Marl. Oh, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so merong two types. No, we have the intrinsic one, which is coming from within, and the extrinsic one, which is coming from the outside. Oh, thank you. Naalala mo pa. Thank you, Sir Joseph. Hello, Sir Aquino. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so again, intrinsic is coming from within. So, for example, later on, I will be sharing with you some reasons why we do things. Okay, my iPad. Okay. It keeps on falling from my lap kasi I don't know, for some weird reasons, I decided not to get a table. So I'm just literally holding everything together. Ano ba yun? Okay. So, yeah. Pag intrinsic motivation, so for example, I want to do my exercise. Okay? Because I feel good about myself whenever I do my exercise. So that's something that's intrinsic. It's not coming from an outside source, right? Naalala kita, Arian. So, di ba, exercise talaga, I have to be honest, I haven't been doing my exercises. But when I was working out, I really didn't think so much about what people were saying about my weight. I have been criticized every now and then. I have always been criticized every now and then about my weight. And especially when they see me on camera, uy, ang taba mo. I don't know why people do that. But anyway, actually in person, we don't really look the same when we are talking. When you see each other on camera, it's totally different when you see each other in person. So I look really huge talaga. I look really big on camera, and then when they see me naman in person, anong ginawa mo sa sarili mo? Ba't ang payat-payat mo? Hindi ka ba kumakain? Okay, parang sabi ko, hindi ko maintindihan talaga yung mga tao. So if you keep on listening to other people about their comments about your body, your weight, your civil status, etc., you're gonna lose your head even before you actually begin to love yourself. So yeah, so when you are doing something that's intrinsic, you get personal satisfaction from within, hindi galing sa ibang tao. Kasi, if we keep on pleasing other people, then it becomes an extrinsic motivation. Well, there are times when we can't please everyone, obviously. That happens all the time actually, not sometimes, but all the time we cannot please everyone. So, ang nangyayari, kapag hindi natin na-please si ganito, si ganyan, what happens next when we cannot please one person or whoever in our circle, we tend to become demotivated because our motivation is coming from the outside, right? So for example, I know there are so many students of mine who are watching right now. For example, you don't get your promotion at work because I'm working with the PNP and the BFP as a civilian instructor. So there would probably be a lot of people who are uniformed who are watching right now. Uniform personnel, salute po sa inyong lahat ng mga nagsisilbi para sa bayan. Ayan. So for example, yan, a very good example is if you don't get your promotion and you know you've been waiting for it, you know you've been working hard for it, and you know you're qualified for it, and then you realize that one day, dumating yung memo, hindi kasama yung pangalan mo. One day, the memorandum about your promotion doesn't include your name, and you suddenly feel demotivated because of it. So it's something that's extrinsic. It's something that is coming from your environment. It's not something that's coming from within. Okay, so pag nangyayari yon, madalas nakaka-demotivate talaga. So that's exactly why we actually have to have intrinsic motivation. And intrinsic motivation is really stronger, a lot stronger than extrinsic motivation because it comes from within. I don't know if this is a bad thing or a good thing, but I have this attitude that if I don't want to do something, I really don't do it. If I want to do something, there's no one ever who can stop me from doing it, not even my mom. So yeah, because my mom is my strongest force, the strongest force in my life. So even if she doesn't agree sometimes, if I want to do something so badly, then I would do it. Of course, within reasonable limits. Hindi ko sinasabi na I'm doing things randomly. But of course, I always do things within reasonable limits and with a lot of logic behind it. Okay, so I hope people already understood. I hope you already understood what I'm talking about when it comes to extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. Okay? So, teacher na teacher ang dating. Okay. Hello, Sir Damo. Good evening po. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so there are several reasons why we do things. Paulit-ulit ko naririnig to, yung para kanino ka bumabangon. It's a commercial, di ba? I think it's a commercial of a coffee, of a brand. Okay, dahil hindi naman nila ako endorser, hindi ko sasabihin yung brand nila kasi hindi ko rin nga maalala kung ano yun. But as Filipinos, we've watched that commercial and it got stuck with us, right? Para kanino ka bumabangon. Okay. So, when we talk about para kanino ka bumabangon, we talk about motivation. And the common answer with Filipinos, right? I'm not sure with other cultures, but with us, it's usually for our families. Pero sa totoo lang, sobrang daming dahilan bakit tayo na-motivate. Hindi lang po family yon. Yes, family always comes first. That's true because we are always a part of we always belong to someone or a group, right? We always belong either to like a family or maybe friends, things like that, no? But usually for Filipinos, it's really family, no? So when we talk about family, that's always number one on the list. But there are so many reasons why we are motivated. So the first one is family. The second one, I'll talk about the second one. Pride and recognition. 'Di ba? Kaya tayo nagpapakahirap sa trabaho. That's why we're working so hard. That's why we will spend more than the hours that are expected of us. That's why we work on weekends. That's why we do a lot of extraordinary things in an extraordinary way because we want to be recognized for it. Okay? Wala pa akong nakilala na hindi natuwa internally kapag ka napuri. It's very, very, very seldom, very rare. I've never heard someone na na-demotivate siya dahil pinuri siya. 'Di ba? Wala pa, may narinig na ba kayong gano'n? Baka may narinig na kayo, kwento nyo sa akin. Pero each time somebody is praised, okay? Somebody is praised for or her achievement or his or her extraordinary job, 'di ba masarap masarap sa pakiramdam. Sorry sa Tagalog ko. Masarap sa pakiramdam, okay? Kahit aminin natin or hindi, whether we admit it or not, we are internally happy when we hear even short words like good job, Ice, or you did well, right? Especially if your boss is kinda mahigpit or masungit, tapos you hear that guy telling you, "Oy, good job ka dun ah." 'Di ba? So, pride and recognition. The third one is prestige or fame. Okay, so maybe it's not within our radar yung prestige or fame. Pero whether we like it or not, it's also a source of motivation for other people. Okay, next is power. And syempre, okay, alam to ng mga uniform personnel, with rank comes power, 'di ba? May power, may authority. I've always discussed this in leadership classes. Power is different from authority, but yeah, power is something that motivates people to do more and to have more or to do more or to be more than what they already are. Ano ba? Sorry, hindi ako nag-tongue twister exercises bago ako nag-live. Okay, next. Another reason why we are motivated. Wait lang, parang may nag-comment. Ma'am, na-promote ako after 8 years, pero carry lang gawa kung ano yung tama. Okay, carry on. Alright, yes. Kasi 'di ba, our time will come. Lagi naman nating sinasabi 'yon. But, kagaya ng example ni Sir, it took him 8 years, but it didn't stop him from doing the right thing. Okay? So, next is, again, sense of belongingness. And everyone has to feel that they belong to someone or to something, or maybe a good cause, a big cause, or whatever that is. A person has to belong to a particular something. Okay? Kaya, ginagawa natin yung mga bagay-bagay kasi ayaw nating mawala sa atin yung mga meron tayo ngayon. So, for example, let's say, if you don't do your job, like your current job right now, you may be kicked out of the company. So, 'di ba? Ito yung source of pride mo. Aside from that, ito rin yung sense of belongingness mo. Dito rin nanggagaling yung parang sense of belongingness, sense of security, kasi you are a part of something. So, when you are a part of something, parang nakaka-inspire, nakaka-motivate lang mag-work, 'di ba? Because you know that you are working with a group of people towards a common goal. Okay? Next is achievement of goals. Speaking of goals, so people are motivated because they want to achieve a goal. Okay, so lalong-lalo na when the pandemic happened, like people, I have been talking to several friends of mine, and I usually hear these lines that their plans have been derailed, or their plans have totally changed, their plans have been totally wiped out because of the pandemic. And these things happen. Like, hindi lang naman sa atin nangyayari to. Nangyayari to sa kahit na kanino. Lalong-lalo na nung nagkaroon ng global pandemic. Parang, my experience is no longer different with everybody else's experience. Parang pare-pareho tayong nagkaroon ng shift. Ng shift in our lifestyle, shift probably in our mindset, and again, shift in our environment. Nagkaroon ng matinding pagbabago. So when that happened, we suddenly have to change the goals that we have set before the pandemic happened. So ngayon, yun yung motivation mo, 'di ba? Recently, I have been talking to several mentors, and I've even approached another set of new mentors. Kasi ito po yung dahilan bakit po din ako nakakapagganito, because I have a really strong support system. I have so many mentors that I turn to whenever I need encouragement. Kasi hindi po posible na makapag-motivate ako ng ibang tao kung ako mismo demotivated. So what do I do when I'm demotivated? I also turn to people for advice. I also turn to mentors. That's why I have them. Like, ever since I started my career, I already have my mentors with me. Yun yung hindi talaga nawala sa buhay ko. I always have mentors because these are the people who keep me aligned with my goals. And kasi hindi naman, okay, let's say you have your family naman, you have a really good life, but just because you have a good life now doesn't mean that you don't have any other goals to pursue, right? Okay, life would be boring that way. But yeah, we always have a goal, okay? We always have a goal no matter what age we are in, we always have a goal. And so when we want to motivate ourselves, we ask ourselves, so ano ba yung gusto nating i-achieve na panibagong goal? So ngayon, actually my most recent goal is really rebranding. And rebranding talaga. So rebranding, I'm working with a lot of mentors now who are teaching me how to realign my brand or align my brand with my goals. So ganon, something like that. Okay? Next is lifestyle. I remember one of my posts on Cheer Talk. If you're not yet a member of the group, I actually have a group. It's called Cheer Talk. So, meron tayong daily motivation doon. Although minsan pag sobrang busy, walang mga posts. But usually so it's a community of people who just want to share good vibes because this is one of my goals in SOCMED, no. Matagal na dapat akong umalis sa social media, pero dahil nga sabi ko, bakit ako aalis? Pwede naman akong mag-create ng positive impact by using my social media as my way of also inspiring people who are probably having a hard time. Kasi minsan talaga, mabilis kasi ako matoxic, okay? Mabilis akong ma-affect ng mga negativities around me. So, sabi ko, kung na-affect ako, tapos sobrang positive-minded pa nga ako ng lagay na to, paano pa yung iba na kailangan talaga ng motivation din or kailangan ng inspiration, things like that. So, sabi ko, well, I probably should start by, having a page. And, I started with a group and then I eventually created a page so that you guys can actually step into a safe space wherein you can share your thoughts, you can listen to my thoughts, or you can also create positive impact using my page, 'di ba? Kung gusto ninyong mag-share ng stories nyo, my page is absolutely the best place to share your stories. Kasi this is a safe zone. Binablock ko yung mga negative energy dito. Pag negative yung post, matatanggalin ko talaga yung post. And I think one of the best things about my audience is that walang negative in fairness. Siguro may isa, dalawa na naligaw, pero every single day, every single time I have this live sesh, talagang puro positive mindset na rin yung mga nanonood. Although there are comments na neutral, but most of the time people also share their positive experiences. And sometimes people also share their negative experiences, and they pick out some lessons so that they can also share it with the audience. And it's really good. Thank you so much for those who are doing that. Kasi syempre, hindi lang naman story ko yung gusto kong i-share eh. Marami akong alam na stories na masarap ikwento, pero mas maganda kung kayo mismo yung magkukwento, 'di ba? Kasi that's your story. So sobrang dami ko on a daily basis, ang dami kong kausap, mga students, friends, people who approach me because they want to share their stories. And as much as gusto kong i-share lahat, mas masarap pa rin marinig yung kwento kapag doon mismo sa taong naka-experience nun. Okay? So, again, dami kong sinabi. Achievement of goals na talaga sinasabi ko. So, achievement of goals is also one of the reasons why people do something. Okay? Next is, nga pala, lifestyle, yung dun pala ako minto. Lifestyle. Okay? Kasi, these days, again, nagkaroon tayo ng pagbabago sa lifestyle. Kaya ngayon, ayos na ayos ako kasi ngayon lang ulit ako nakapag-ayos. For the past couple of nights, if you watch my previous live sesh before today, I look like I did not take a bath. Like, sobrang raw. Wala akong makeup, walang kahit na kilay, di ba? Kilay is life, but hindi ako nag-makeup for the past 2 live sesh. Sabi ko, wala, for a change lang, so that, I want people to see me as something who's not afraid to put myself out there, even if I don't have this makeups. Pero, sayang kasi yung makeups na may mga binibili ko, di ba? Alam naman ninyo yan, ang hilig ko mag-hoard pati ng lipstick. kahit hindi naman talaga ako masyadong nagli-lipstick. So, sayang naman sila. So, ginagamit ko. Um, but anyway, also, syempre masarap din tignan yung sarili ko pag nagpaiba-iba din yung itsura, no? Parang hindi naman tayo boring. Okay, that's what I was talking about when I talk about lifestyle. Kasi, yeah, so, ano nga ba yung kinakwento ko? Yeah, I was talking about the group, the group called Share Talk. So, merong post doon na sabi doon, kasi nakita ko lang yun sa internet, sabi doon, ayoko sana, tinatamad sana ako magtrabaho, kaya lang, maluho pala ako. So, kailangan ko ulit bumalik. Parang kailangan ko ulit i-reprogram yung sarili ko para mag-work. So, yeah, lifestyle is also one of the reasons why people work because, like, ako talaga, I really want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And healthy means that I don't have to, like, buy medicines because I have a lot of them. So, isa yan sa mga reasons bakit ko ginagawa yung mga bagay-bagay. That's why I choose this and not that because I wanted to change my lifestyle as much as I can so that magiging healthy ako habang tumatanda ako. Tama ba yung Tagalog ko? Yeah, healthy ako habang tumatanda ako kasi, medyo nagkakaedad na rin ako. I'm a couple of steps away from turning 40 and I'm proud of that. But also, you have to be taking care of yourself as you go along, di ba? Thank you, Janice, you're watching. Very true. Thank you, Ma'am Noreen. Good evening po. Ayan. Hindi po ba kayo kasama sa mga nag-defend? Kasi busy pa ngayon yung mga nagde-defend. Tama ba? Hanggang 9 p.m. yata. Okay. Next is, competition. People do this and do that because of competition. When I started my career in sales, I was all for competition. I wanna be the best in the organization. I have been very competitive when I was starting my career, and now eventually I realized that as I grew older, I was just competing with myself because I had these achievements before. I want to achieve them again, and just overcome what you've already achieved. And that's, I think, when you grow older and hopefully wiser, you realize that the only competition you have is yourself. And it's a daily competition. It's a daily struggle to be talking to yourself in a positive, and sometimes we talk to ourselves in a negative way. So yes, so competition is always one of the motivations why we are doing things. Next is, syempre, hindi mawawala. Bakit ka nagtatrabaho? Why? What's your why? Diba? You wanna earn. You wanna have money in your pocket. You wanna have money in your bank account. And it's gonna be really hypocritical if we say na hindi natin kailangan ng pera. Everybody needs money. Sino bang nagsabi na hindi natin kailangan ng pera? Okay? Makakabili ka ba ng kamatis kung walang pera? Magkakaroon ka ba ng bahay kung wala kang pera? So, let's stop thinking that money is the root of all evil because it's not. Actually, for me, I totally believe that the lack of money or the greed for money tends to make people do something evil. Okay, tends to make lang, hindi ko sinasabing lahat. So, the lack or the greed for money tends to make people do something evil. Kasi syempre wala kang pera, 'di ba? So, anong posibleng mong gawin? Ang dami mong maiisip kapag wala kang pera. At marami kang maiisip na hindi ka aya-aya, lalo na kung talagang, ano ba yung term, yung talagang nasa borderline ka ng poverty or nasa poverty level ka. Kaya 'di ba hindi ano ba tawag doon? I don't want to talk about this in a way that I might sound overboard. I might have a condescending tone. So I don't want to be stepping into that space. But I just feel that when we lack money, that's the time na nakakaisip tayo ng mga bagay na dapat hindi natin naiisip. Okay. So next, I hope I put it very nicely. Okay, next, and this is for me, aside from family, I think this is something na, ano ba tawag doon? This is something na, magiting. Parang this is something that's so great, you're doing something because you want to serve. Nice, di ba? I remember this number 10, kasi kanina nagli-list down ako, ano nga ba yung mga nakakamotivate sa tao? Tapos parang, tagal ko nag-isip. Tapos sabi ko, kailangan 10. Kasi gusto ko lang 10 yung, yung, yung reasons ko why we do things. Ayokong 9 lang sila. So, isip ako ng isip. Sabi ko, ano ba yung number 10? Why do people do things? And then, naisip ko, yung mga taong nakakasalamuha ko araw-araw. Yung mga estudyante ko from PNP and BFP. It's not just about pride. It's not just about money. It's not just about fame. It's also about service. And I belong to a family of servicemen and women. So, parang sabi ko, service nga naman. Oo, we do things not only for money's sake. We do things not only for power's sake, but we also do this because of service. Diba, maraming mga tao ang hindi talaga naghahangad ng kayamanan. Kasi ang motivation nila to work is to serve people. And I know a lot of people who are like that. And again, depende nga yan sa kung ano yung motivation mo. It really depends on your motivation. Ma'am Pagdanganan, hi ma'am, good evening, watching here from Kalumpit, Bulacan. Thank you ma'am for watching. Ayan, so, para kanino ka bumabangon or ano yung dahilan? We cannot be using that because it was used in a commercial. So, tanungin na lang natin, ano yung mga dahilan, bakit ka bumabangon? So, again, the 10 reasons why we do things. Number 1, obviously, family. Number 2, pride and recognition. Number 3, prestige or fame. Next is power, sense of belongingness, achievement of goals, lifestyle, competition, money, and service. Ayun. So, yun yung mga dahilan bakit tayo nagtatrabaho or bakit natin ginagawa yung mga bagay-bagay na ginagawa natin. Okay, so I hope I was able to share some of the reasons why we do things. And ngayon, bago ka matulog ngayong gabi, siguro, pwede mo tong i-replay para marinig mo ulit yung 10. Tapos tanungin mo ulit yung sarili mo. Kasi, di ba, ang nangyayari sa atin, to my non-Tagalog, to my non-Tagalog audience, I will say this because it's something that's cultural, so I will speak in my language. Okay, so kasi 'di ba kapag nagtatrabaho tayo on a daily basis, nasasanay na lang tayo na papasok ka ng 8 a.m., lalabas ka ng 5 p.m., tapos ulit-ulit the next day, pasok ka ng 8 a.m., labas ka ng 5 p.m., ulit-ulit the next day. Tapos minsan marirealize mo na, nakakapagod naman tong ginagawa ko. Nababurnout na ako. Bakit ko nga ba ginagawa to? Bakit ba lagi kong pinapagod sarili ko? Kapag dumating na kayo sa moment na yon, kapag dumating kayo sa pagkakataon na yon, ibig sabihin, nakalimutan na ninyo kung bakit ninyo ginagawa yung ginagawa ninyo. And when that time comes, then you have to ask yourself, why are you really doing the things that you're doing? Why? What's your why? Okay, aside from family, ano pa? Kasi, family is actually extrinsic. Right? Kasi external yun sa'yo eh. Ikaw, ano yung dahilan mo mula sa sarili mo kung bakit ginagawa mo yung mga bagay-bagay na ginagawa mo? It should be something that's intrinsic to you. So, I also ask myself, why do I really do the things that I want to do? By the way, parang wala yung pala dito. Diba? I also ask people, why do they do the things that they are doing? Yung isang nakuha kong sagot, legacy. Kasi sabi niya, he cannot live forever, but his legacy will. His legacy can. So, ako din, nag-isip din ako, ano nga ba yung dahilan bakit ko ginagawa yung mga bagay-bagay? So, mamaya mag-uusap ulit kami ng sarili ko. Tatanawin ko ulit siya kung ano nang sagot niya. Kasi parang hindi pa kami nagkakasundo kung ano yung, ano yung dahilan kung bakit kami nagtatrabaho. Si self at ako. Okay, me, myself, and I. Why am I really doing the things that I'm doing? But right now, at this point in time, I know exactly why I'm doing this live sesh. Because someone out there needs to hear this message. Someone, if there's one person who probably needs to hear this message tonight, then I have served my purpose. I have served that motivation that I have in myself. Within myself, ano ba? Naubos na yung English ko. Okay, so I hope I was able to share some of my thoughts and some of my, ano ba tawag doon? Musings, ramblings. And just in case you have comments, you can post your comments below so that I will also be hearing from you. What motivates you? Bakit mo ginagawa yung mga bagay-bagay? Aww. Thank you, Larani, for thank you, Larani, for watching tonight. I know it's already 2 hours away, diba? So 2 hours ahead. So 10 p.m. na. So you can also share this because I know a lot of people are feeling demotivated somewhere out there. So somebody might want to listen to this and they can probably pick up a thing or two. And again, thank you so much for watching. I will be pinopromote ko talaga lagi yung sarili ko. I will be on live sesh tomorrow at Consult Asia Global North Luzon, where we are gonna be talking about career series. So every Tuesday, I will not be here on my official Facebook page. I will be on my company's Facebook page para we can also talk about career series. So there we will also be having guests. And again, so from Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, tatanggalin ko na yung Sunday because that will be my family day. So, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be here. You will always see me at 7:30 p.m. unless meron akong ginagawa na urgent or something like that. I think, maybe on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm not sure if I can go live on Wednesday and Thursday. This coming Wednesday and Thursday pala. Kasi I think I have somewhere to go to on Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday, I will be online. Saturday, I will be online. So I will do my best just in case I cannot be doing my live sesh on Wednesday and Thursday. I'll still drop a video para hindi nyo ako ma-miss. Kaya naman sa akin kung ma-miss nyo ako. Okay. Sir Maury is watching from OPFD Southern Leyte. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat dyan, sir. Thank you for watching tonight. And so that ends my live sesh for tonight. I hope you've had your motivational talk. I hope you've had your dose of motivation. So, hindi lang kasi puro pamilya talaga yung motivation natin. Marami pa yon. So, just in case na sa tingin ninyo parang kulang, kasi hindi naman talaga lahat laging galing sa labas. Dapat galing din sa sarili natin while we're doing things. Okay? So, that would be all from my end. parang meeting. That will be all from me for tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please like and follow and check Consult Asia Global North Luzon. I will be there tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. So, again, thank you for watching. Bye! Good night po. God bless you.